So Taylor, at what point in the project were you as a builder brought in?
Great question. So these clients came to us with plans drawn by Strom Architect, and we worked with the clients, priced it out, put together like a detailed spec sheet, presented pricing, and we had to go through a round of changes, help them value engineer and come up with a project that fit their budget, still had the vision that they wanted to create here, and just kind of worked with them hand in hand between the architect, client, and interior designer to come up with this project.
And were you pretty heavily involved after you were brought in and the value engineering started to take place? Were you pretty involved in that process?
Very involved. We're working for the clients, coming up with different options and solutions on how can we make this fit the budget, what type of products can we use, what's going to look good but also last a long time on the building.
Why don't we talk about a couple of features that maybe were part of the value engineering? Just as we're standing here, I think one of them was probably maybe the finishing of this concrete floor that we're on. Do you want to talk a little bit about that and maybe what the style of this polished concrete floor is?
Yeah, so in this lobby area, we did a polished concrete floor, and the clients were looking for something that's inviting, timeless, still kind of brings
maybe an industrial feel.
Yeah, so they're looking for, when you walk into here, they have this industrial feel to this space, and utilizing a polished concrete floor helped us accomplish that.
And what kind of user is this building, and who is it?
This building was built for Red River Financial. They're a financial company located here in Fargo, North Dakota.
And Taylor and I were both involved in the value engineering and also the estimation of this project. They were great clients to work with. We were fortunate enough to be brought into this project after the initial design, and like Taylor was saying before, we were able to participate in the value engineering, which I think as builders, the sooner that we would be able to be brought into that process, I think we can add value. We can add value at all stages, but I think we can really add a lot of value the sooner that we're brought into that process, wouldn't you?
Yep, I would agree with that. It's anyone that's built anything or is looking to build something, obviously there's a budget in mind, you have a vision that you want to bring to life, and if you can kind of correlate and get involvement from both the architects and the contractors, working as a team with the clients to both design something that's within their budget, use the products, the style that they're going after, it tends to work out. You're able to come up with something that is both architecture design, built within budget, and collaborate as a team.
Do you think that's different residential from commercial projects?
I would say that same process works very well with both residential and commercial projects.
Do you like one or the other better? Or is there a big difference between the residential projects that you work on and the commercial projects?
I like the combination of both. There are differences, residential tends to be much more emotional, whereas commercial is going to be lean towards being more business, financially driven. But overall, it's nice to do both. You can see both sides of things, and I think having the experience in one definitely benefits doing the other. And especially when you get into residential and you do higher end homes or more complex homes, you're dealing with a lot of unique things for that project. And that same thing applies for both commercial and residential.
And I think what's really cool too is whether it's a commercial user or an eventual homeowner, I think what's unique is from a commercial standpoint, they're trying to build a brand, and we really like helping our commercial clients build that brand into their actual construction to maybe to show the way that they do business as part of the design, which is really, really cool and a unique thing that we do. I also think from a residential standpoint, it's similar, but you're not trying to promote your brand. You're trying to, we're trying to capture the vision that either client, both commercial or residential, want to incorporate into their project. And I think that we do a good job of doing that, especially with our use of architects and interior designers to really help bring that vision to life.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, especially like if you look at it, when you're building your own house, you're creating the vision that you want to see when you're coming into this place. And when it goes to commercial, you're still trying to create a vision. Now it might be for your client's perspective or what people think you are, how you operate, and you want to show them like who you are. So either way, you're working as a team to try to create this feeling, the feeling you get when you walk into that space.
What company do we use for to provide our clients with financial transparency, and what types of things on a monthly basis are we providing our clients so that they always know where they're at from a budget standpoint?
Yep, so financial transparency is very important to us. We use a software called Resio. It's a project management software, super user-friendly. It has great access for the clients to stay up to speed with the cost of the project throughout construction.
And the projected costs, so that they always know where they're at throughout all of construction. And then also, all their selections and approvals are made through the Resio software. So anytime that they make any selection, they're aware of the financial implications that are being made because of that choice.
Yep, and to kind of continue with that too, I think it's important for us to have the clients have a good building experience. And you hear oftentimes people built this project, it goes way over budget, they had no idea what it was going to cost until the very end. And it's very important to us to just make sure that they know where they're at, making how that's going to impact their current budget, their projected budget, and just let them know that like we're there looking out for that and want them to know like where we're sitting at all times.
Yeah, I mean, I think we take that responsibility of our clients very seriously, and we want to make sure that nobody ever does get to the end of a project and their financial commitments to that project are something that they're completely aware of all through construction.